Soon.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Fine.
Perfect. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Kaleen O'Connor, and I am joining you from the Tampa Bay area of Florida. And we just had a big game here last night. So those people that like American football, not everybody tunes into that. I'm married to a Brazilian, and he loves what everybody else calls football, and we call soccer here in the U.S. But anyway, there were fireworks blasting in the sky afterwards, and it was a lot of fun. So we're here tonight, or if it's morning time where you are in the world, to really share a health breakthrough that we're all passionate about. And I'm your host for the webinar, and we have two other speakers that are going to be joining us. Our first speaker is Mr. Stevie Aquilina, all the way from Australia. And he's just a phenomenal educator on this health resource, both on how it changes people's lives in terms of building their own business, but as well as on a very basic consumer level. And so our goal tonight, or morning time, wherever you are, is to just make sure that we are adding value to your life, because you've chosen to hang out with us for a little while this evening, and we appreciate that. So do write down questions. We do attempt at the very end to answer any questions, and you can put them in the chat box. We'll wait till the end to do that. But, we welcome that kind of feedback. And without further ado, I'm going to officially turn it over to Stevie Aquilina.
Hey, there I am. All right. Thank you very much, Kaleen. I appreciate you and your tremendous gifts of, intelligence and strength, and also benevolence. You're just so awesome in how you are able to, conduct your team with great enthusiasm and authenticity and heart. And that extends around the world, and those outside of your team too. You just welcome everyone. And so I'm just, really honored to be able to have you as a colleague and count you as a friend and count on you as a leader. And I really appreciate you always looking after me here. So thank you very much. And everybody here, thank you very much for your time. Is it extremely valuable, because money I can refund, not that you paid anything to be here. But time I cannot refund. And so I find that to be far more valuable than money. And so I am very grateful that you've decided to spend such tremendous value here. And so I intend to return it. So let me share my screen here and jump into what we're talking about. So as Kaleen mentioned, my name is Stevie Aquilina. And in case you've forgotten or couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia. We are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast. And that was a dream come true when we can make that happen. We are minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. Actually, we just stayed on the weekend at the SeaWorld Resort just for a bit of fun. And so, that was a reminder of just how blessed I do and should feel, and how I have a great life, income, time, and freedom, and how I'm allowed to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. And it's also taken us to many parts of the world that once way too far out of my reach once upon a time. But to tell you the truth, the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a difficult, weird, awkward child to parent and or school. I never made the grades. I was an average to below average achiever. I was often told I was stupid and useless usually on a daily basis. And I kind of figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb, but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. Kidding about the good looking part, not about anything else. I had big dreams. I was a daydream believer for sure, but I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really wanted to give more, actually, is what it was about. But I had little self-esteem, and so I'd done little with my life, and I had little self-belief, and so I really had little to give. Physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, very old, very ancient, actually, traditional martial arts. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life, and lots of bad injuries from that traditional martial arts, which I still do to this very day, by the way. And financially, well, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Now, this is a story about being embarrassingly broke. I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol, if I could run it at all. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. And again, this is embarrassingly broke. It's happened to me more than once, all these things. And I mean, no financial dignity. I believed in possibilities, but I doubted my potential. So I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and just unable to be who I really wanted to be. Now, here are some good things that have happened in my life. First, I met the girl of my dreams, and right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. She believed in me, told me that I was more. She has given me children. I have 4 beautiful boys, and through her and through them, I guess when you're told something often enough, like you are more and you can be more, you kind of start to believe it. And then also I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough opportunity and training, culture, ethos. The company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too and taught me, more importantly, how to believe and become more. Now, today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, and I have the honor of helping others to solve them too because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and unable to be who I really want to be, I now have the ability to believe and become more because this company has shown me how to belong more, and its training has shown me a life-changing better way. And now I would love nothing more than to spend the rest of my life bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. And so first I'll share with you the life-changing breakthrough. It is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this is a very big breakthrough. They're saying it's greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, science had declared that this breakthrough was impossible. This breakthrough is proven to have enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, challenges, or problems you can conceive of, remarkable results. Drug companies wanted it shut down, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about here goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. It goes well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science. It is truly groundbreaking. It is in fact category creating and therefore 100% unique, first of its kind, and a true medical healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. And aside from being a mouthful, what are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're made within your body. They are native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore your cell-to-cell operation. And I mean all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And that is by telling your cells, these redox molecules are telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Now, why is this all so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. And so healthy cells means a healthy body and a healthy life. And redox signaling molecules are the keys to that healthy life because they are essential for the activation and function of our cells, of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes, they all critically depend on redox signaling. Critically, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. And so if our bodies make redox signaling molecules already, then why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, it's true. When we're born, we do make an abundance of these redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, and how they can run around all day and not wake up saw the next one, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made and natural, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. We lose them daily. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving our cells clear signals and instructions, our whole cellular operation and protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more from this, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science, because redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of the first redox signaling molecule, there have now since been a total of 16 discovered and multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field of signaling molecules and redox signaling. And if you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you could see it's very real with well over 33,000 results. And there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And according to medical researchers, and as well as reported in the Huffington Post, which specifically wrote about this company, ASEA, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who have received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, affect genes that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, affect genes that help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, activate genes that improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and activate genes that modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, all of these genes are key in the health of every individual, and they actually play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies from this show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And that's significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity, because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, or if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young again, and or if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, and or if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym. Any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to take my word for it. On the note of doctors, here are some now. Let's listen together what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's actually show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our intensive redox serum. Now, these redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA redox technologies are actually worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out, elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin are being renewed. Even for young people too, being rejuvenated, improving the quality of life. How many more dates do you reckon this dude's getting now? Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is Rosie, and the dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie, because Rosie didn't take those pictures, and actually Rosie believed that the products were not even working. Rosie went to see a doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told that doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed Rosie these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes, and that's understandable. It's only natural. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures, and you may miss them too, so please take pictures. That's how you see how Renew 28 or Renew Advanced and ASEA go. Now, some people will notice results in a reasonable amount of time, and like Rosie, 7 weeks. Others can have it inside of 7 days, and most people can actually have a physical experience in around about 7 minutes. But some people, they need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. And what we know scientifically, though, is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants. Studies show that ASEA redox products contain active redox signaling molecules, and they have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice that change. Speaking of noticing the change, look very carefully at the picture that you're seeing now of this doctor who decided to do a little experiment of his own on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Now, it's not just for your face, arms, hands, bellies, buttocks, thighs, and all over. You can put Renew 28 topically anywhere. Now, these pictures are from a study by a world-leading laboratory. The study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any truth to these stories. And what they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when scientists did the ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps, proven, to reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles and enhance skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but actual healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure and the like. That actually happened to me on the weekend. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort or, something hurting you, something that's sore around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Give it a score. A score of 10 would mean it's the maximum discomfort. Now, apply the Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or at least reduction of that discomfort within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. And so I will be coming back with you shortly because I have so much more to give you, a truly brilliant and a truly significant and outstanding and compelling business opportunity. Dan's kicked himself out. Let me just bring him back. I promise I'm not being rude.
Perfect. No, that's fine, Stevie.
Just trying to bring him back. But we're going to hear from a very special man with a very special survivor story that's really going to punctuate everything that I've said and give, when we say this is a breakthrough, an exclamation mark. So thanks, Kaleen.
Absolutely, Stevie. I'm always learning every time I listen. So I have the pleasure to introduce, Dan Doyle is our next speaker. He's pulling up his screen right now. And I personally met him 4 years ago as a total stranger at a charity event, believe it or not. And he started to share his purpose and passion of this health breakthrough with me. And I chose to become a consumer, and it's forever changed my life and my family's life. So listen in. It's incredible to hear directly how the product changed his life, but also how he's changing lives around the world now with new vitality and health and energy. So Danny, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kaleen. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, the key word here is compelling. This is compelling in so many ways, guys. ASEA is an incredible breakthrough. We won't see anything like it in our lifetime, potentially ever. The great thing about what we do is create and share stories. So for those new on the call, just relax. We're not here to sell you anything. We're here to share our stories and pass on information to help you to make a decision whether you want to use open this incredible gift that somebody's given you if you're new on the call. And, I'm sure that it will change your life if you do adopt what we have in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to go through my story. Before I do, just to reiterate what Stevie said, that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure or prevent any disease or medical condition, but we have an incredible breakthrough that can empower, that can help, that can signal, communicate with the body to heal itself. So Suzanne and I, my wife and I, are living here in Honolulu, Hawaii now. We're spending a lot of our time here. We've got the privilege and pleasure that we can live anywhere in the world and be anywhere at any time. Just an amazing journey from 6 years ago with not having health at all, which you're going to hear my story, and then how things progressively turned around and returned both physically and financially. And you're going to hear about an incredible opportunity behind this breakthrough with Stevie's presentation moving forward. But if I go back to Sydney, Australia, growing up there and playing many sports to distract myself away from school, including this one, bodybuilding. And this was the last sport I was involved with, and this is in my 20s, which started in my teens. Bodybuilding was my whole life. I actually had a gym back then. I had multiple businesses in the health and fitness industry. I was a personal trainer. It was great times, and it was a great experience. And as time went on, I sort of found my niche, and my niche was building and selling traditional businesses, no matter what industry, the security industry, the construction industry, the hospitality industry. So I employed about 3,500 people over 20 years when building these 20 traditional businesses. Now, just fast forward 20 years to 44, coming to the end of being an entrepreneur. And the reason for that is not because I wanted to, but because I had to. You can see this photo at 44, I wasn't a bodybuilder anymore. I was actually still in the gym, and as I am these days at 54 this year. And just wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be, thinking that I was fit and healthy in this photo at this time. But I can tell you that I didn't know I was very, very sick. And 6 months after this photo was taken in 2011, this is a picture of me on the right-hand side where the doctors told me I had not one, but two major health challenges. So I spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. What I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. You can see I lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes. Fake smile on my face. I was actually standing next to a hero of mine, Johnny Manor, who played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. And Johnny had been through all those hospital visits that I had started here at a very young age. He had a very similar issue. He got through that problem. He was in a remission at this time, back to playing the highest levels of rugby in Australia. Unfortunately, after this photo was taken, his issue came back. He went back into hospital. He started losing a lot of weight. He lost all his hair. And unfortunately for Johnny, he didn't come out. We lost him at the age of 23 years young. So it was pretty serious condition that we both had back then. Unfortunately, he lost his life, and I was fighting for mine. And at the end of my 2.5 years of what they put me through in that hospital, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. Hard pill to swallow, thought I was going to be okay. But I knew at that point I needed to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. Something I recommend that all of you, anybody does these days. Don't depend on your doctor to look after you. Look after yourself. Nutrition is very important. Exercise is very important. This breakthrough is extremely important to your health. So 2 years looking after my own health, going on to an alkaline diet, spending a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from all these different companies from around the world. You would think my health would have been heading in the right direction, but I can tell you that wasn't the case. This is a photo of me 2 years looking after myself. I was doing a pretty shabby job, obviously. Doing the best I can do. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction, and I was still in a lot of trouble. This is 2014 now. A friend of mine reached out to me and said, I think I found something that can help you. So long story short, I got on a plane from Sydney, Australia, flew to Salt Lake City, Utah, met a friend of mine, Bart Cotter, in the headquarters of this company, ASEA. I started on their Redox cell signaling supplement, And in 3 hours, my body was expelling things from it so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso, which wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't annoying me. My body was going through a healing crisis immediately. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over in discomfort and bloating all day. That issue seemed to have gone away within a very short period of time. Big one for me was I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect just within a few short days on this product. Went back to Australia, kept drinking these amazing little molecules. 12 months later, 2015, this is a photo of me the day the doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, had all disappeared. 12 months on this product. That's my journey back to health. If I fast forward another 2 years, this is 3 years on the product. Now you can see the transition with these photos, 2014, 2015, 2017. This is when I had no health. What you're seeing on the outside in this photo was exactly what was going on the inside. 2015, 1 year on the product. What you're seeing on the outside was a reflection of what was going on the inside at that time. 2017, my complexion in this photo was a reflection of what was going on the inside of me at that time. So incredible journey from where I was 6 years ago to where I am today. And over time, there was a lot of changes. Things evolved. And what evolved was it became a responsibility to start sharing this incredible breakthrough with other people, with what it did for me. I couldn't keep it to myself. It became a purpose-filled mission to help others. And I was lucky that I started sharing this with others because it was the business model behind this breakthrough that actually saved my life. And the reason for that is because the company started sending me thank you checks when I started helping others. And those thank you checks I invested back into my own health. Bought a lot more product, saturated my body, got these amazing little molecules to the damage, and it told my body where the problem was. And the rest is history as far as my health was concerned. And along the way, it really turned things around for us financially. As I said, we're living in a van, almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps 6 years ago. And not too long after I started building a business or sharing this with others, I wasn't really concentrating on building a business. I was concentrating on helping people. We were able to do what we want when we wanted to do it. You know, we can be anywhere in the world right now, as I said, even with what's going on with being debilitated from traveling. But it's given us the ability to, as I said, make choices in life, whereas we didn't have that before. Even as successful as I was in traditional business, I can't compare to what we've got now to the most successful companies that I built back then. Knowing what I know now, I would never go back to traditional business or a traditional job, because I would consider what we have to be the most compelling opportunity that we'll ever come across. And right now, guys, I think, you know, there's a lot of people struggling out there. I believe that this is the perfect storm. It's something that can help people with their health, or anti-aging if you want. I'm sure people want to look younger and feel younger. Maybe a little bit more energy or endurance, but also what this can do for someone financially. And with that, I'll hand back to Kaleen, and let's hear about how this can change anybody's life from not just a physical point of view, but also a financial point of view.
Thanks, Danny. Well said. So we're going to bring Stevie back on, and he's definitely going to give you some food for thought, particularly from the Australian perspective, but it really applies globally, as well as a bit on, you know, how this opportunity came about through really the vision of a father and son, you know, that are the founders of our company. So Stevie, thanks for coming back on.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Hang on. Am I sharing the wrong screen?
I see a screen, if that's the one.
You see my blue screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I was fiddling in the background, and now I can see it too. Sorry about that. Hey, thank you, Danny, and thank you, Kaleen. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned at the start, this company has some extremely successful leaders within it. And Dan is just one of those. But you know, more importantly to me, he's the first one that took me under his wing and believed in me and taught me how to believe and become more long before I could believe in it myself. And so be eternally grateful and in debt to my best mate, Dan. Dan is also just one example of how physically people are having their lives changed, bettered, and given back to them. And he's also a great example of how financially people are having their lives changed, bettered, and given back to them because of ASEA. And so I'm going to run through why this is such a brilliant and why this is such a compelling opportunity. I can't run through all the reasons. I'll try to highlight some of the main ones. Now, first and foremost, it is true universally that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And think about that. ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that's why it has created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of it to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, as for the product, remember, ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two simple reasons. First, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, a medical atomic physicist, only he has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And second, ASEA is heavily patented, but not only is ASEA not allowed to be legally copied, ASEA cannot be copied anyway because there's no way for you to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to make it yourself or reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. You can't find them in the bottle. And so therefore it just simply can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats, and that means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does, none of them. Nothing else in the world has redox signaling molecules in it. And therefore, scientifically, nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. Because redox works on everybody. Because everybody needs redox. Because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox. And because redox can't hurt anybody. So no other products can make that claim. Remember, no juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, or CBD oil, or whatever they may be, they are not redox signaling molecules. And in fact, all of those other things in the body, those products only work as well as there are enough redox signaling molecules in the body making them work. And so therefore, ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors, scientifically like nothing else can. It doesn't matter whether it's healthcare and wellness or sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. Now, these are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that everybody within these multi-trillion-dollar industries can get a redox supplement from. Nothing else can work as well or as deep. And so ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Full stop. That's what we're really here for. We can't do that on our own. We recognize that. And so we try to recognize good people who can help to spread the word. And ASEA gives those good people money just for sharing redox with others. So if you are looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or legacy-leaving income for loved ones, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. ASEA helps you create that income that is both residual and leveraged. Now, what does that mean? Well, what is residual income and how do you receive it? Well, you receive a residual income, and it's residual because it doesn't just come from the first purchase, but all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, month after month, year after year, even if it's the same person. And because you can refer as many people as you like, that makes that repetitive, or otherwise known as residual income potential, unlimited. Now, on top of that, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income. What does leverage mean? Well, you will also receive an income from all of the repeated, so residual purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide or deep these referrals can go. And it's only natural that we do this already. We recommend good movies and TV series and restaurants and cafes and books and foods and homewares and beauty products and health products, and it goes on and on. It's natural. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective, and most importantly, most trusted form of marketing in the world. And again, it's only natural. We do it all the time anyway. So we're just tapping into that which we already do. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Residual income, if you really understood it, you might not be willing to run through a brick wall to get it. Like me, if you were as desperate as I was once upon a time, you may have been willing to crawl across broken glass to get it. Yes, residual income is very impressive, but I want to cover why it's so important, because it is. I figured out I had residual bills, and in short order, I didn't have any residual income, and that was becoming a repetitive problem for me, a residual problem for me. Do you know what? I figured out this, and I don't know if you know these statistics, but these are very real. Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Well, out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. Good for them. 7, however, must still work to survive. At 65, remember, and they're not working because they want to. They're working because they have to. There's a difference. They are a slave to the dollar. Now, worse still, 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. And so I looked at my residual income problem, and I looked at the future, and I saw a failing financial plan. And I thought to myself, well, what's going wrong? How do I fix this? What is one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that me and the other 81% haven't learnt? And I found this: it's how to make money that is no longer dependent on your paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job. In my case, it stood for JOB, just over broke, if that. It's called active income, this form of income where you're selling your time. And the truth is, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. Now, this may even be more concerning if you right now are thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. Unfortunately, some people learnt this harsh truth that has always been there, but they especially learned it in the last 12 months when jobs were ripped away from them well out of their control. Now, this is a big problem, always has been, but 81% of people suffer from it. They get trapped in it, and almost unnecessarily. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. So if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, and you can do that, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You are blessed, but still find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. And so for those of us who want to be smart people, who want to be in the right place at the right time, who want to recognize a good thing when it comes their way, who decide to take control of their finances and their freedom and their security, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity, a brilliant opportunity to make a significant difference, a brilliant difference in people's lives, and be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's probably the most important thing you get to do with ASEA. It's who we become and what we do that is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, I'm not trying to dance around from the fact here that you can make great money with ASEA. That's true, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top, by the way, with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world, have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences. And let me tell you, a great lifestyle that was once upon a time way too far out of my reach, but now not thanks to ASEA. But really, you know what, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA, and demonstrated time and time again. Here's just one demonstration. You know, the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down, and they wanted to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, by the way, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not, in good conscience, sell out Virtus and Tyler. And so that's exactly why they didn't, because they have good consciences. They said no to the payout from Big Pharma and yes to the people and the purpose-felt mission to get this out and help better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And you see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharma companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route, deciding to do that in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone around the world without a prescription. You see, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles above and beyond and before ego and economics. You see, the ASEA founders and corporate team, by the way, they come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, and to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Now, get back with the person who shared this invitation to come here with you and let them know what stood out to you the most today. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier, healthier, live younger, longer, stronger, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this redox reality. And you can become more. If you just pass this information on for many, many others, as someone has passed it on to you, you can and you will better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you very much, Kaleen, for looking after me here.
Absolutely, Stevie. Thank you for that. And folks, I'm just going to wrap up the webinar really quickly and share my screen. So we're in the last few minutes, just bringing it back home to where it all started at the product right here. And again, I just invite you to take a moment if you've had some questions that have come up on any part of ASEA, whether it be on the business side or on the product side, throw them in the chat box and we'll do our best to quickly answer them. At the top of the hour, we are going to be having a phenomenal team training with one of my favorite field educators. So we'll tell you more about that in just a moment. This is just a great visual of our product line. Our unique niche obviously is cellular health. And tonight you heard about the most unique of all of our products, which is our redox molecules. And so then as you saw the before and after pictures, we have the incredible skincare and nutrition. And I like to just do a quick point of orientation, assuming you might be ready to get started on the product. Again, always go back to the person that invited you. The drink itself, you can see from this visual, actually does come 4 bottles to a case. We don't sell it by the bottle. And this graph really shows you the reason why. Because we found with over 10 years of consumer knowledge and millions of bottles consumed of this supplement, that a person, most likely, if they just try a bottle, just try it for a week, maybe even just try it for a month, they're not going to have full perceptions and certainty on how the molecules are starting to get the body to repair itself, system by system inside you. So the moment that you start drinking these molecules, we can see in people's blood work, there start to be changes, but you won't necessarily feel them because it's happening at the cellular level. You can see when someone gives it a really good 90-day trial, 3 months, you know, as a good basis, they have a 95% reality of it really making positive changes in their body. So definitely think with doing a 90-day commitment. Again, this is just a visual of our topical forms of the molecules, and you've seen incredible before and after pictures on that. Just to touch a moment on the nutrition, obviously there's incredible vitamins out there. We didn't reinvent vitamins. They've been around for over 100 years. But what I love about our formulas is they are whole food based. So you're guaranteed to get, you know, they're not synthetic. And so it makes it more available to the body. And also they have a built-in absorption complex, which helps to ensure that no matter what your health, your digestive health or your gut health might be, you're going to be able to actually utilize the ingredients in these formulas, they're in capsule form, and rebuild the cells with the molecules directing all that beautiful stuff where it needs to go. This is just, again, a quick orientation point on why we do strongly encourage you to get back to the person that invited you. You will sometimes see our products for sale on third-party websites. We all love online shopping, like Amazon or eBay. You know, the challenge with that is it's not regulated at all. It's not an official distribution source from our company. So sometimes people are finding they get expired product. So by ordering it directly from the company through your distributor, you're guaranteed fresh product. You know it's safe. You know it hasn't been tampered with. You also get incredible product education support. There's a reason why Virtus and Tyler didn't just throw this on a shelf in a health food store or throw it directly to internet sales, because we really honor and keep that education component so that we guarantee that you really have a strong product experience. And then if you're sharing it with others, that you get the proper mentoring on all the systems we have in place to help you tell the ASEA story. And then one of the other things I love about our accounts, whether you choose a customer account or the associate distributor account, is that you're eligible for free product points, which brings the cost down even more from the wholesale price as you order your product and do your product plan. So Stevie and Danny have touched on all of these points. These are just visuals to show you, again, wherever you're at tonight, whether it's consumer focused, sharing it part-time to pay for your product, or really having a whole lifestyle change with the income you can create, there's an account that's right for you. And this is just a quick visual on the accounts. We have 2 wholesale accounts, and the beauty of that is you save 25% off the full price of the product. And again, you get those free product points through our loyalty rewards. With the associate account, it does allow you to share it with others. It is a distributor account. You pay a one-time fee of $40 US, or the equivalent of your currency, whatever country you're living in. And then once a year, to keep the benefits of that account, you would pay the equivalent of $25 US as a renewal fee. So just keep that in mind. And again, the person that invited you can go over all of that. So in closing, this is again going back to creating wellness in your body and in your life. So this is about supporting your body's ability to maintain health and to live longer, better, and stronger. And I always end with this incredible quote from our founder, Virtus Norton. He says, "We are all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the world. We can change the world." So, you know, whether you are hearing about this for the first time tonight, or you're a dedicated member of the ASEA team and you share this with people every day, remember those words from Virtus. Right now, we are making a difference. So tomorrow is a new day. If you're just learning about this, take the time to get your questions answered. You know, do your due diligence. If you want to do more research, we can direct you to the most informative research links. And take the product correctly, work out a good product plan with the person that shared it with you. If you're sharing the ASEA story, continue to plug into the systems like the one we have tonight, to know that we're collaborating together to really being change makers in the world. As our famous Christina Williams likes to say, be a change maker in the world. And this is a time right now where we really need to get the message out that people can create wellness in their own body and their life, and feel causative over whatever's happening around them. And so thank you for tuning in. I'll quickly check, I guess, the chat box to see if we have any questions. And it looks like, Stevie, if you haven't, oh good, Cindy's on and Lorraine's on, fantastic. So literally in 3 minutes we're going live. So I don't think we have time for questions, But if you are a guest, please stay on. You're up for an incredible treat. Our trainer tonight is just a phenomenal woman, phenomenal global entrepreneur, phenomenal mom. I can't say enough about her. I'm thrilled that she's with us. Cindy, over to you.
Thanks so much, Kaleen. Yeah, we're really excited about tonight's training with the amazing Lorene Bavart, who's on with us, and we're not going to start until we have 2 minutes to go, but we're going to start sharp at the top of the hour. So if you have anybody that is athletic, that has a family, that wants to change the world, that's an entrepreneur, that, you know, and anybody that wants to make something more out of their life, text them now and encourage them to join us for the next half an hour. We're going to go from the top of the hour to the bottom of the hour and get inside Lorene's world and understand why she's working with ASEA and what attracted her to this amazing company, and get to know her a little bit. You know, as we know that, you know, some people have the impression that this company is for the sick, and it is not only just for the sick, it's also for the very, very healthy. We say from the fittest to the fit, to the sickest of the sick, and everyone in between, plus their pets. So it's a broad range of people. So if you've got anybody that you want to have tune into this call, we will record it. We'll post it on the Atomic Wellness Facebook page, and we'll share it onto the ASEA United Facebook page. But there's nothing better than live. So text your friends and let them know you got 1 minute before we're going to get started here. We got Lorene's in Australia, and we're in the United States. Danny Doyle's over in Hawaii. So we got people from all over the place. Steve Agolina's, he's in Australia as well. So this is definitely a global company with a global reach. We just hit the top of the hour. So let me go ahead and start the recording. Yeah, I just thought I'd see if they would let me go on Facebook, but Facebook has changed all of his stuff. So we're just going to do it here. All right. We are recording. So welcome everybody to another ASEA Global Expansion Team Zoom. Tonight we have a very special call to you. We have the amazing Lorene Bavart, who's coming to us all the way from Melbourne, Australia. So Lorene, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day. I know that's my dog. Sorry about that. You've taken some, you're on Tuesday, we're on Monday night here, but thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us for this call.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. This is fun.
Yeah, you know, the color of your background looks like the skies in Colorado today. They were so blue.
And in Melbourne, actually, the sun's finally decided to come out. So yeah.
Fantastic. So tell us, Lorene, you know, Bo and I are both athletes. We grew up, you know, with coaches, and we've talked to a lot of athletes over the years, and we can't seem to get past the sponsorship mindset. It seems like athletes, when they find out that ASEA can help with their endurance and their recovery, they say, why doesn't ASEA sponsor me in my sport? Instead of seeing themselves at their own billboard where they can advertise their own company and build their own net worth, because they're probably not going to be a billboard